Geographical factors affecting industrial location. Industries do not appear randomly on the map. Every industrial location has a logic behind it. The factors influence the location and they are raw materials, power, labor, market, transport and infrastructure, water and site conditions, government policy and historical and other factors. Raw materials. Raw materials are often the starting point for industrial location. Industries that use heavy, bulky or quickly perishable raw materials tend to locate near the raw material source. The main reason is to save transport cost and avoid loss of quality. The principle is simple. If the raw material is light but very valuable, such as high grade ore, the industry can afford to be located away from it. If the raw material is cheap and bulky, such as limestone, sugarcane or low grade ore, it is better to locate the industry close to the source. Power energy. Factories cannot run without energy. Machines needs power. So, energy supply is another crucial factor. In earlier times, many industries grew near coal fields and waterfalls because coal and falling water were the main energy sources. Today, with the spread of electricity networks, industries can spread more widely, but large and reliable power availability is still matters and it is a great deal. Labor. Industry requires workers at many levels. Unskilled workers for manual tasks, semi-skilled workers for simple machine operations, highly skilled workers for technical, managerial and research roles. It is important to note that traditional labor intensive industries such as handloom weaving, small garment units, bead rolling and some kinds of food processing often grow in areas where cheap labor is available. High technology industries such as electronics or software based units prefer areas with skilled and educated labor. Market industries ultimately produce for markets. So, the location of consumers is another key factor. Industries which are market oriented include industries making perishable products such as bread and bakery items, industries making fragile goods and soft drinks, industries making bulky finished goods that are expensive to transport over long distances. Big cities and metropolitan regions often become major industrial centers because they offer large and growing markets, good transport and communication networks, availability of skilled labor, presence of banking, insurance and other support services. This is why many industries find it attractive to locate or near major cities. Transport and infrastructure. Even if all other conditions are favorable, industries still need good transport to move raw materials and finished goods. Industries prefer locations where multiple modes of transport are available. This reduces costs, increases reliability and gives flexibility in sourcing materials and sending products to market. Infrastructure also includes warehouses and godowns for storage, communication networks for coordination and marketing, banking and insurance services, industrial estates and parks with prepared sheds across roads, power, water and waste disposal. Water and site conditions. Many industries require large quantities of water for cooling, as in power plants, steel plants and refineries, as a raw material as in breweries and paper mills, cleaning and processing. Therefore, industries often cluster along rivers, canals, coastal locations. Government policy. In modern times, decisions made by governments strongly influences where industries grow. Governments can promote certain regions by giving tax concessions, subsidies and by declaring special economic zones. Governments can encourage industries to locate in backward or tribal areas by giving extra incentives. This means that even if natural factors and market favors one side, policy might encourage a new industries to go to another side in order to bring balanced regional development. Historical and other factors. Finally, some industrial centers exist because of historical reasons. Various examples are early railway junctions, old port cities, colonial trade centers. Even when original reasons such as availability of a particular raw material becomes less important, these centers often continue to be industrial hubs. This tendency is sometimes called inertia. Spatial patterns of industrial activities, a world view. Let us look in some of the major industrial regions of the world, especially in the traditional and more recent periods. Traditional major industrial regions, some of historically important industrial regions include northern eastern United States of America and the Great Lakes region, Western and Central Europe, Russia and other Ukraine regions, Japan, newer industrial regions. In recent decades, new industrial regions have grown in various parts of the world. They are East and Southeast Asia. This includes South Korea, Taiwan, the coastal belt of China, Malaysia, Thailand and Vietnam. These regions are important for electronics, textiles, light manufacturing and shipbuilding. Parts of Latin America such as Brazil and Mexico, which have developed industries like automobile assembly, steel and consumer goods. Spatial patterns of industrial activities in India. Within India also, industrial activity is concentrated in certain belts and clusters. Some of the important ones are Mumbai-Pune region. This region was an old center for cotton textiles and later diversified into other industrial sectors also. Ahmedabad, Vadodara, Surat region. This region is important for textiles including cotton and man-made fibers, chemicals and petrochemicals. It is close to cotton growing areas and ports along the Gujarat coast and also to oil and gas resources. Kolkata, Asanol, Durgapur region. This region was earlier famous for jute textiles. Now it also has engineering industries, steel plants, chemical industries. It is located near coal fields and the mineral belt of eastern India and has access to the port of Kolkata. Chota Nagpur industrial region. This region includes centers such as Jamshedpur, Dhanbad, Bakora and Rourkela. The area is very rich in coal, iron ore, manganese and other minerals, which makes it a classic example of mineral based industrial region. Delhi, Meerut, Faridabad, Gurgaon, Noida belt. This belt forms part of the National Capital region. It is more of a light and mixed industrial belt with industries such as electronics, automobiles and auto parts. Garments, its advantages include a huge urban market, a dense network of road, skilled labor, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad belt. In southern India, the regions around Bangalore, Chennai and Hyderabad are known for electronics, information technology, automobile production, etc. Other emerging clusters, several other clusters which you should remember is Coimbatore and Tirupur for textiles, Ludhiana and Jalandhar for sports, goods, cycles and hosiery, Kanpur for leather and textiles, Rajkot, Jamnagar, Pune, Indore and Jaipur as important industrial centers. Industrial corridors and clusters. Modern industrial planning in India often use the idea of industrial corridors. In simple language, you can think of an industrial corridor as a band or a strip of land along a major transport route where the government promotes industry by providing goods infrastructure, industrial parks and supportive policies. Within these corridors, you also find special economic zones, industrial parks and export processing zones. The idea is to concentrate infrastructure and policy support along major routes so that industries can grow faster and more efficiently. Summary. Secondary economic activities involve the processing and transformation of raw materials from the primary sector into finished or semi-finished products. These activities are central to industrial development. We classify industries in several simple ways on the basis of raw material, size, ownership, nature of product and location tendency. At the world scale, we saw that industries tend to form belts and clusters in regions where the factors come together. In India, we noted major industrial regions around Mumbai, Pune, the Ahmedabad, Vadodara, Surat belt and the Kolkata, Asanol, Durgapur belt, the Chota Nagpur region, National Capital Region belt and southern metropolitan belts of Bengaluru, Chennai and Hyderabad along with several other clusters. Finally, we understood that industrialization can create regional imbalances leading to migration and policy challenges. Thank you.